What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about three major catalysts going on in the overall crypto market. These are key dates that anyone investing in crypto needs to be aware of, because while October started off very green like we expected, these have the potential to explode the market, push Bitcoin's price all the way up to $100,000 per coin, but they also have the potential to crash the market entirely. But before we get into that, it says still 72% of you guys watching are still not subscribed. So if you enjoy short form, concise, no BS content that doesn't waste either of our times, we'll make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check out our free Discord, as our Patreon is completely sold out. Anyways, first thing is that the SEC just came out and extended 4 Bitcoin ETF deadlines by 45 days. The way that this works is that whenever a Bitcoin ETF is submitted for approval, they can delay it up to 3 times. And the important thing here is that the SEC has already delayed multiple Bitcoin ETFs multiple times. They've had about a dozen Bitcoin ETFs, and they've delayed most of these already over 2 times. And now we just had a new report that came out saying that the SEC has extended the deadline for 4 new Bitcoin ETFs: the Global X Bitcoin Trust, Valkyrie X BTO Bitcoin Futures Fund, Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Trust, and Cryptoin Bitcoin ETF. These are all rescheduled for about mid-November to about mid to end December of 2021. The important thing here is that a Bitcoin ETF could be a major catalyst for the crypto market. Everyone's wondering, well, what's going to be the main reason, the main catalyst that's going to put trillions of dollars into crypto? And this is exactly it. A Bitcoin ETF could see us immediately have hundreds of billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, pour into crypto from institutional investors. So we need to keep an eye out on this. But with regards to other Bitcoin ETFs, while all of these were just recently delayed for new ones, there has been a Bitcoin ETF that was announced months and months ago, and it has already been delayed 3 times. And that is the VanEck Bitcoin ETF. We've talked about this in previous videos, but this is the ETF that I think could be the first Bitcoin ETF to be approved, which is on November 14th. VanEck Bitcoin ETF has already been delayed 3 times, so this is the last chance. If they don't, they have to make a decision on November 14th whether or not they're going to approve it or reject it. So that is definitely going to be a key date, because I think when we see one approved, we're going to see many approved, and that's going to allow for hundreds of billions of dollars from institutional investors to come in. So 4 Bitcoin ETFs were just delayed again. The key date we need to keep an eye out for is November 14th. That will be the first Bitcoin ETF that I think has a good chance of passing. Second thing going on with regulators, which is also pretty good news, is from Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler came out and said that he reiterated his support for Bitcoin futures ETFs. These aren't exactly the same as many of the Bitcoin ETFs that are submitted right now, but he has reiterated his support for Bitcoin futures ETF, which is a positive sign. This attracts a lot more investors in the market. This is a lot of optimism and positive sentiment continuing to flow in the market. And he also has come out and said that, we need to have regulations in place. This is nothing new from Gary Gensler. He always talks about regulations. He always says how he likes crypto, he likes the technology. There just needs to be protections in place to make sure people can't get scammed, people can't get scammed out of millions of dollars, which has happened multiple times in the past. And I agree. I think regulations, while people in crypto don't really seem to like them, ultimately it's going to be what allows for the big money players to get involved. Remember, Bitcoin ETFs, that's how a lot of the big money whale accounts, institutions are going to start investing, and those are, some form of structure, legislation, and it'll be important to moving forward to get more regulations. Last thing is going to be with a major thing that could potentially derail the bull run in crypto, and that is with the debt ceiling. If the debt ceiling is not raised by October 18th, well, the U.S. could be in big trouble. Debt ceiling is essentially saying how much money the U.S. borrows in order to pay their bills. If the debt ceiling isn't raised, the U.S. can't borrow money. They can't pay their bills. That becomes a problem not only for the stock market, not only for people on Social Security, not only for people on Medicare, but it could become a problem for the markets. So we need to keep an eye out on this. Hopefully they raise it. It's expected that they will, but we need to keep an eye out on what is going on with Janet Yellen, what is going on with the government by October 18th, and if they raise this debt ceiling. Personally, I think that if we see some issues, it could actually attract more people to crypto, but the widespread impacts of this debt ceiling could be much bigger than anyone expects for all markets, both stock market, crypto, so we just need to keep an eye on that. Anyways, that's what's going on, and I'll see you guys later.